Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Hey guys, just finished watching Arrow Season 5, Episode 21, Honor Thy Father. Wow, this episode was pretty, was really good. It was really interesting and stuff. Now, there was one thing at the end there with them ending it with Adrian Chase being in custody and stuff like that, in Argus custody and all that, and in this prison and all. It was kind of like obvious that, well, clearly he's not going to stay in there. So it was kind of silly that they even put him in here just for him to come out, to break out. I feel like we've done that before. I mean, we had, pushing him to the point where he's going to have to kill Adrian Chase, stuff like that, just like he did with Damien Dark in Season 2 and stuff, or Season 3, or actually Season 4, wow. But it was definitely interesting seeing that and seeing how that's going to go on in the next week's episode, to see how he's going to get out and how things are going to go down for the final battle, because it looks like we've seen the trailer for next week's episode, reading the synopsis for the next episode, we get Katie Cassidy back for the next 2 episodes as Black Siren. But one of the interesting things is that, it looks like Dinah Drake is going to get captured and taken out by Prometheus, by Adrian Chase. So we're not going to get that, Canary Cry battles between the two of them, which I was hoping we'd get that, maybe in the last 2 episodes for that, not just in the last episode. So hopefully we'll get that in the last episode. If we don't get it in next week's episode, the 2 Canary Cries going at each other, like, that would be really cool to see that. And I'd love to see the 2 just kind of fight and see how the destruction from both of them, and see them pushing their skill to the new level, and even maybe upping their skill. I mean, we saw this. There was a scene when I mean, what was his name? But when he had the WWE actor there, and Derek Sampson had Wild Dog kind of pinned down. He was choking him and stuff, and then she used her scream and knocked him over and stuff, but it didn't do much. Like, I want to see her scream and it knock him like a mile or something like that, or really hard, which she really belts it, in different yells. I mean, I remember the cartoons when she did it in the Justice League cartoons. Like, vans would flip and file. The van was getting away from her. She'd scream, and the van would just start tumbling and just lose control and start flipping down the street. As if Superman just kind of kicked it, type thing. So I think that would be really cool to see that with their powers, and maybe seeing Black Siren, and because Black Siren has taken down buildings over on the Flash when we first saw her. So seeing Dinah Drake going up against that, and having Black Siren having the edge there, and then pushing their screens to the max, and stretching that muscle that she has to do that. So I think that would be really cool to see that in the next, hopefully in the next 2 episodes. But I probably think it will save that for the last episode, those 2 coming together. So. Fighting and stuff, ending it off. But getting to the stuff with Oliver and Oliver's father and stuff, and Thea returning, that was pretty cool seeing Thea back. Disappointing though that she didn't suit up, so hopefully she does in the next 2 episodes. She suits back up and puts the costume back on, because it was really cool seeing that and seeing all the stuff about the father, and seeing the things that happened on the island, and that twist at the end. With Konstantin Kovar coming back and their things, and that's pretty cool. I hope we get to see a lot more of Dolph Lundgren, maybe in Season 6. I'd like to see him come on as like in the future, and in the modern time. I'd like to see him more rather than just periodically throughout there, because you kind of forget that. I feel like they have this big actor, this known actor, Dolph Lundgren, who people know, and they're not using him. He's not in enough. I'd like to see him throughout the show a little bit more, so they can put him in the advertisements, put him in there, use his face. People recognize him, and if people see that, more people might watch this show. So I really don't understand. Now, maybe they can only afford to get him for bits and pieces of the episode, but it seems like, why get him for so little? It just doesn't seem. It seems very weird, that they would get him for such a little. It wasn't just one cameo. It's just periodic little cameos throughout the thing. So hopefully, I can't wait to see where that goes in the next 2 episodes, and with flashbacks. They saying that, here's another scene of flashbacks. We're gonna add a year or whatever to that, just keep going and type thing. But yet it's still saying that he has like all the stuff to be picked up by the end of the season. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with that. I hope he doesn't get killed off at the end there. At the end in the next 2 episodes in the flashbacks, because I'd like to see him return, and maybe Konstantin Kovar could team up with Adrian Chase, and the 2 of them could do things like that. That would be cool to see that in the final episode. So it's going to be interesting to see where things go with them. I definitely can't wait to see that. I just hope that we get more Dolph Lundgren in the future, maybe even into Season 6 and stuff like that. So that's going to be fun to see where that goes, and I definitely can't wait to see where everything goes with the Oliver trying to get Slade Wilson coming back for the final episode and all things like that. I think that's going to be fun to see where that goes, and maybe see if the Suicide Squad can maybe come back and help them and see where things go, and maybe see what happens in next week's episode to set up for that, for the everyone getting back on Lian Yu and all that stuff, having the final episode there. So it's going to be fun to see where things go. See where things go. I just hope that things kind of like Black Canary needs to get see her get a costume, or set up for a costume, or even just kind of something like at the end of the season. I want to see her something about her kind of hinting at she will get a new costume, or hopefully they just announce that she'll be getting a new costume by the end of the season. Maybe the guys, someone on Twitter, Mark Kubenheim, something, hopefully, or Greg Berlanti can say on Twitter that, she'll be getting a costume for season 6, because she needs to do it. And also, been watching Stephen Amell. At least I haven't seen much of his stuff on Facebook or Twitter or anything like that. But hopefully he's continuing that beard, because he's supposed to have the goatee for season 6. He said he would do that for season 6. So hopefully we could get that, and if he is still growing that beard, it would be awesome to see that. So definitely it's going to be cool to see what happens with this, and definitely can't wait to see where things going with this. It's quite interesting to see what happened with everyone. So let me know what you think, guys, about this episode in the comments below. What you think of Arrow Season 5, Episode 21, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
You're still here.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace.
It's over.